Boom shakalaka, what's going on guys? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today is Friday in May of 2018. Well guys, happy Friday. The weekend is almost here, and you may notice something different about me. No, it's not this stunning beard. It's this sick fucking metal Crypto Influencer Award. Woo! Best collaboration. I won that with a video I did with Crypto Beatles and David Hay. That was pretty rad. I flew all the way to New York for the summit there, and then was there all night, and then got 3 hours of sleep, and then flew right back here to make this news episode for you guys. So, and I also found out that I Love Crypto lives like 10 minutes from me. Pretty crazy. So that's very cool. Met a whole bunch of influencers there. Had an awesome time. Okay, awesome people like Crypto and Crypto Crow and Crypto Candor, and there's just like a whole bunch of people there. Oh, dude, met Carter Thomas, Chris Dunn. The list goes on and on. Crypto Beatles was there. Saw Crypto Zombie there. Saw Crypto Fiend. Oh my goodness, I could go forever. But yeah, it was a fun time at the summit there. However, consensus. The consensus on consensus wasn't so great. But before we get into things, thank you to you for subscribing. And thank you to you for nuking the like button. And if you want to find out how to win one of these 6 shirts, just comment on this video or any other videos, and you can win a free shirt that I give away at the end of every news episode. So let's get into stuff. Pretty sad day for cryptocurrencies today. I'll be honest, everybody's a little butthurt. Buttholes are tightening just like that because the price keeps going down, approaching $8,000. Now, right now, Bitcoin's at 81.37, down 2.5% for the day. Ethereum under $700 at 679. Ripple at 66 cents. Bcash took a big drop today, almost 10%, down to $1,164. However, also market cap down a lot from 380 billion to 368 billion. Bitcoin dominance is up. Well, that's good news, right? If we take a look at things, Binance coin is up. We'll go into that in a second. But also Wakey Chain Populous. Huobi token was also up. So I was like, maybe people are getting into the exchange coins. Maybe. So we'll take a look at Bitcoin. Oh, it looks pretty pitiful. Was Unveils right? He is pretty smart, pretty convincing. Who knows? We'll see what happens with Bitcoin. But taking a look at things now, I mean, Bitcoin broke through the 50-day moving average. Not that great, okay? And it seems like we have this new channel building up here, descending channel. So coming down, where to? Maybe to the $6,500 mark, where it's found support 2 times previously, back in February and back in April. So we may be heading back there. Who's to know? But for those of you keeping up on my MACD trading challenge, yeah, I'm just, hodling day instead of Bitcoin, and then waiting for a bullish cross when this blue passes back over the orange and buying Bitcoin with that day. Pretty cool. I'm using day instead of Tether because Tether doesn't account for its shit. It's just being shady. That's why. Now, consensus. As I said before, and just because I like to say it because it's kind of a pun, the consensus on consensus was not good. Not good. Now, I personally did not go to consensus, so this is all he said, she said, secondhand knowledge. But who the hell cares, because that's how news is reported nowadays. So, consensus was a big that. It was overcrowded. They were like sardines. It was a sweat box on the first day. Also, it was just kind of like a circle jerk. They didn't have very much fun. And 2 articles that I found on Reddit about this. One, so they're talking about Consensus 2018, you guys got robbed and trolled. A bunch of dudes who spent months shilling you their bags, made millions in the process while leaving you guys hanging with huge bags of coins after a crash and at a massive loss, charging you guys as much as $3,000 to attend. There were 8,000 visitors. You do the math. I did the math. That's 24 mil. Plus, all the exhibitors, they were charging $50,000 per exhibitor. And there was one room with like 75 of them in there. That's another 3.5 mil. Woo! Or maybe even more. No, I think that's 3.5 mil. Okay, there's a reason why Vitalik boycotted this event. Because it's just a massive circle jerk of crooks who pretend banks are evil but go on doing the same lens of them to acquire massive amounts of wealth. If the SEC investigated these folks for insider trading, I can guarantee you 95% of them would end up in court. that clown Charlie Lee being the first of them. Wow, news to me. Interesting. I mean, I thought Charlie Lee was a stand-up guy, but it makes me think. It makes me think because, Charlie Lee sold all of his Litecoin at the very peak, okay? And then he predicts a 2-year bear market. Was he in on this with a whole bunch of other dudes in a circle jerk and they came up with this plan? Is it possible? I don't know. But you guys need to face reality and realize that most of these people sold on the high and unloading everything they had on you. It's not the whales, it's not the reptilians, it's not Mt. Gox, it's the main drivers of the cryptocurrency projects and the insiders that unloaded massive amounts of crypto on investors to secure their profits, while at the same time encouraging people to buy in. And it goes on in this next article. Yeah, sorry to bum you out in the beginning, but there's better news coming, okay? There's better news coming. You're going to have a good weekend. Promise. Okay? Consensus was nothing more than an attention grab, and it failed miserably. Why the hell were the guys at the top parading around in Lambos and $800,000 watches while the rest of us are sitting here wondering why we're currently bleeding to death with bags they shilled us over the last 5 months? $2,500 a ticket, plus hotel, plus everything else to hear a bunch of guys measure dicks. Thank you for moving crypto community backwards instead of forwards, you dicks. So, I just, when you can say dicks a whole bunch of time on YouTube, it's just like, yeah, why not? Now, there was good news that came out of Consensus, okay? So that was a whole bunch of bad news about Consensus. The good news from Consensus was Cornell professor unveils simple yet powerful consensus protocols. So not like Consensus as in Consensus 2018, that bullshit conference that everyone just went to. This is Consensus as in a new family of consensus protocols for blockchains. They combine what he referred to as the classical consensus and the Nakamoto consensus models in blockchain network decision-making. Interesting. The way this protocol works is incredibly simple yet incredibly powerful. They're called Snowflake, Snowball, and Avalanche. That sounds like a prison name for someone who's your bitch. All right? Snowflake. They rely on randomness and they rely on random interactions, and yet they ensure after the interactions everyone has decided the same thing. Okay? So it uses randomness. However, not everyone is in agreement that these are going to be awesome. Zamfir, who's the leading researcher behind Ethereum's upcoming Casper protocol, said the new protocols combine the worst of both worlds due to aspects of the code that could lead to weakened security. So with blockchain, everything is kind of like give a little, take a little. This maybe give some, maybe take some, but we'll have to see. I'm going to see if I can find more information, maybe a white paper and do some reading, maybe make you a video about that. So the big news today, Binance announces double referral commissions for BNB holders. Goes up more than 23%. I don't think I highlighted anything here, but someone, Changpeng Zhao said Binance doubles referral rewards, and then someone said, that's how you pump your own coin. Nice. Yeah, but basically, how it works, where is it? Here we go. So the Binance team announced that their online portal, they'll double referral commissions to 40% for all account holders who have 500 Binance coins or more. The double referral commissions will start from 19th May, and for all other users, the commissions is the same 20%. So if you have 500 Binance coins, which right now is about $7,500, you will get 40% commissions instead of 20% commissions. Cool. Now, big Tron mainnet launch. Okay, Tron, never a day it's not in the news. Well, Tron says ahead of mainnet launch, over 20 startup teams on Tron Dapp ecosystem. Okay, the first batch of recommended dapps expected to be published on June 5th. The rest of the dapps will go live after the official mainnet launch on June 25th. So we've got that to look up to. Now, Tron's always in the news, always talking about what's going on there. Other projects you don't hear about, like Nebulas, okay? They don't do too much marketing, too much hyping, but they've already got 228 dapps on board. Look at that. They have an incentive program. So obviously, there's an incentive program. People actually get paid. They get rewarded in NAS for making really good dapps, which makes sense because, if you're rewarded in money as well as notoriety, you might do more. But yeah, they have 228 dapps. Booyah. And you can just see them by clicking Dapp board there. You could go take a look. All right, so, maybe one of these days Nebulas will outplace Tron. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Litecoin becomes compatible with the blocknet protocol and prepares for Gemini listing. Now, blocknet's a project that I plan on covering pretty soon on the channel because I was just talking with the project manager. He actually helped me find the way from the location where the Crypto Influencer Summit was supposed to be to where it actually was. Pretty interesting project. And Litecoin is using that and prepares for Gemini listing. So blocknet is a system that allows investors and crypto users to exchange virtual currencies without the intervention of a third party. This process can be completed via atomic swaps, automated via atomic swaps, and then also listing on Gemini. So good news for Litecoin. Now, 2 coins that I love. Just because I love things doesn't mean that you should invest in them. This is not financial advice or anything. This is just me stating my opinions and preferences. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they usually stink. But Neo and Ontology sign MOU concerning strategy and technology. Now, I think MOUs are not legally binding or anything like that, but they're an intention, a stated intention of what's going on. Now, we all know Neo and Ontology kind of working together, but this kind of outlines a bit more of how they are going to be working together. And it begs the question, are they actually going to go and become Neontology? One word. Neontology. Hashtag Neontology. I just branded that one. All right, so key cooperation areas. Neo brings a mature and complete smart contract platform. Ontology will provide digital identity. Neo and Ontology will work together to build the smart contract ecosystem. Both parties will provide standardized technology interfaces, which is like APIs, SDKs, all that stuff. Both parties will push forward towards cross-chain research with the eventual goal of producing integratable mainnets. Yeah, that's going to be big. This could be blindly betting, but my blind bet is on Neo and Ontology. They're going to, sure, even if they only get China, that's only like 1 billion people, right? Now, because we can't go a day without someone talking about the prices of, or the value of cryptocurrencies, we have Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba, separates the 2 concepts of blockchain and cryptos, saying he's optimistic about blockchain and pessimistic about cryptos. Interesting. I would agree with him, optimistic on blockchain. I think cryptos are still going to do well. He says Bitcoin is a bubble, but the blockchain is not. And I agree with him again there. Bitcoin is a bubble. Everything is a bubble, okay? It's just a question of when the bubble hits. Did it happen already? Is it not going to happen for a few years? We'll have to see. What's going to be the big price there? Who knows? When the person cutting your hair starts telling you about how they, mortgaged their house or took out a second mortgage on their house to buy Bitcoin, that's when the bubble hits. That's when you sell. All right. So again, not financial advice. Steve Wozniak, on the other hand, says Bitcoin and blockchain will achieve full potential in a decade. Okay. He thinks the blockchain is the next major IT revolution. Last year at Money 2020, he said that Bitcoin's better than gold and the US dollar. And then, however, despite saying it's better than gold and the dollar, he sold all of his Bitcoins except for one, stating that he does not want to be an investor and constantly watch the prices. Interesting. Furthermore, Steve Wozniak considers Ethereum to become as influential as Apple. So he thinks Ethereum is probably better because it's a platform. Unlike Bitcoin or most other currencies, Ethereum isn't just built for payments, it's an ecosystem that'll thrive on decentralization. Yada, yada, yada. We know about Ethereum. Who else likes Ethereum? Well, the CEO of Golem. Okay, he says Ethereum is by far the most promising platform, and we cannot see another one that's remotely close to it. You mean not even Tron? Really? What about BitConnect? Have you looked at BitConnect? Because that was pretty cool. But yes, that's what Golem believes, and they're doing a worldwide supercomputer. Now, reasons why you got to be safe and secure in cryptocurrencies. Just on the topic of BitConnect, I didn't even plan that segue. That was a special one for you guys. But 3,000 Chinese investors lost $47 million in a crypto fraud. Investors were cheated by the 6 suspects, receiving a 12% investment guarantee in just 1 year. Pretty sure that was actually a question. So we had these panels at the Crypto Influencer Summit. They're like, how do you pick out scams? And I was like, anytime there's guaranteed returns, scam. Anytime you type get into Google, and like one of the top things that comes up is scam. Pretty likely a scam. Oh, and then when they have like a picture of three cheesy guys, like now I forget the name of it, but there was one dude in a swing, dude in his car. They were just taking selfies. Scam. Okay, so be careful with your investments. Be very careful with your investments. And then this, I just love this. Okay, new snobbish cryptojacking malware infected 500,000 users in 3 days. So a new piece of so-called cryptojacking malware used 500,000 computers to mine 133 Monero tokens in 3 days. So $25,000 in 3 days. It's called WinStar NSM Miner. Okay, a very good reason not to use a Windows computer because they just get hacked with everything. Now, crazy thing is this malware is very hard to remove since the victim's computers crash as soon as they find and terminate the malware. So it kind of sucks. But it's being called a snobbish cryptojacking because in the presence of well-known products from companies such as Kaspersky Labs and Avast, it causes WinStar and NSM Miner not to activate at all. Other brands are ignored, resulting in mining crashes. Now, I wonder how McAfee security handles it because he's in blockchain. I wonder, he didn't make it on the list of like the snobbish ones. But I was just thinking, because I like to think. So they install this software on Windows computers that mines Monero in the background, basically frying your computer, okay? So any Windows computer, very susceptible. I mean, look at that, 500,000 computers in 3 days. Now, it makes me think, this article back here, okay, this guy was talking about the dudes wearing $800,000 watches and, not a robot, and it has a picture, I think this is Fluffy Pony, wearing $800,000 watch. I guess that's an $800,000 watch, referencing that thing, okay? Now, it makes me think, is this Fluffy Pony out there writing these little viruses that infect things, mine Monero to his wallets? Could potentially be, because you can't track Monero. Definitely can't. And, he would be someone who would know about it. But I'm not saying that. I'm just connecting the dots because I have a conspiracy theory-minded mind. Okay? So, guys, that is it for the news today. Only 17 minutes long. Now, what else do we have? Well, if you want to win one of these 6 shirts, you can comment on this video, not in the live chat, on the comments down below after the live stream is done, or on the videos that come out at 5 o'clock. Those ones are auto-posted. You can comment on those automatically. Or if you want, you could just click on that little thing right there, go to the store, buy your own. There are t-shirts, there are sweatshirts, there are mugs, all types of stuff, okay? Now, for the person who won yesterday, well, yesterday we had 2 videos, okay? Had the news video, which will be number 1, and the deep brain chain video, number 2. Okay, check out the deep brain chain video. Pretty cool. Now, which one? 1, the news video. The news video wins. 1 is like, it seems like 1 wins a lot more often than 2. For being random, it's not that random. But we will pick out a random comment from here. Let's see. Who's gonna win? Whoa, 160 unique comments. That's a lot. Damn. Who's going to win? James Packer. Boom shakalaka, my man. What is up, James Packer? You won a t-shirt. You got to email me. I'm going to find your comment and comment on it. But also, you email me. You get your free shirt. Just email me. Send me your address and size. And we'll get that to you. Cool. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. I'm still very optimistic about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the long term. I think, yes, there's definitely some market manipulation by big jerks in the market, Roger Ver, but whatever. It's going to happen. When it's unregulated, that's what happens. That's why regulations are trying to be placed on this thing to stop this from happening and send those people to jail so that somebody can call Roger Ver Snowflake. Okay? You see that? We just bring it all together. So... have a great weekend, guys. I will catch you later. Got a video tonight, and then we did videos on the weekend. So, peace.